This is the new Eride Pro S. It's the baby of the Eride Pro models. Let's put it through the ringer today. All right guys, let's talk about the new 2025 version of the Eride Pro S. This bike comes in at $4,500 and it is rocking 16-inch wheels, which is different from most other models. We have like dual sport kind of tires, which are actually, in my opinion, a really nice tread pattern. They look good. With 16 front and back, that makes this bike a little bit smaller, a little bit lower for the more beginner riders. This bike is packing a 72 volt, 30 amp hour battery, 8 kilowatts of power, but how fast does it go? Let's go test it.
What's up guys, it's time for a top speed run on the Eride Pro S. We got a fully charged bike, GPS and computers ready to go. Here we go. We're still accelerating, doing good. All right, I think we hit our RPM limit wall. It's not gonna go any faster.
What'd you get, Lancer? All right, let's see here. The Pro S got 51.7 miles an hour. That is faster than I was expecting. Yeah, the GPS, I mean the display said 50 right on the dot. So they got their display lined up with their speed pretty dang close. And this thing went over 50 with me on it. That's great. Nice job, Eride. For suspension, we are rocking KKE on the front and KKE on the back. KKE's been in the e-moto game for a long time. They're pretty well known. This isn't the best suspension by any means, but it is plenty for this bike. In my opinion, it actually feels pretty dang good and better than some of the competitors. We have a full large display here, just like all the other Eride Pro models. It even shows your battery temp, motor temp, and controller temp, which I love to see. A lot of other brands aren't doing that, but it's really nice to know when you're out riding and it's hot or you're pushing the bike really hard. It's just good to see what your temps are at. We have Eride Pro branded brakes. These are very similar, if not the same, than what comes on the Eride Pro SS 2.0. They're nothing special, just very similar to a lot of other brakes that come on e-motos. We also have a light switch and the same light that comes on all the other rest of the Eride Pro models, so you can turn that on and off. We have our eco and sport mode switch. We have regen levels 1 and 2. The regen is not super strong, but it is there. It's nice to have. It also only works below 90%. That's normal for any e-moto essentially, but just know if you just bought one of these and it's fully charged, your regen isn't going to work until you drain your battery to 90%. We also have a horn and we have a turbo button, which I don't actually think does anything on this bike. It just happens to be built in the switch from the 2.0 model. One other thing that's really nice to know about any e-moto is how much it weighs. Let's go weigh it. All right guys, we got the Pro S hanging on our hanging scale. Let's see what it weighs. 141. I hadn't seen that weight. That's my first time seeing it. It is heavier than I expected, to be honest. All right guys, we got the XXX Pro up on the scale just because we wanted to compare. 129 pounds. So that's 2 pounds more than a 2025 Surron Light Bee X. And it is 12 pounds lighter than the Pro S. That's a pretty big difference because these have essentially the same size battery. Actually, this is even slightly larger in its battery. So we're gonna do a range test on that very, very soon and see how it compares. That weight might play a little bit more of a factor than I was expecting. I already mentioned this bike has 8 kilowatts of power, but how fast is it compared to its competitors? Let's go do some drag races.
It is time for some drag races. I'm on the Eride Pro S. Reminder, this is the 2025 version. Romney is on the new Talaria XXX Pro with the dirt wheel setup. 3, 2, 1, go. I got him on the launch a little bit. Three, 2, 1, go. My bike just launches just a little harder, but I bet he's gonna catch up. Here he comes.
I'm catching up.
All right, so that's the XXX Pro versus the Pro S. These bikes have about the same top speed. I can launch a little bit harder, I think, on this bike. I just got a little bit more on the bottom end, but he pulls on that mid to top end. All right, guys, drag race number 2. I am now on the 2025 Surron Light Bee X. We have a full review coming very soon on this bike. It is 8 kilowatts of power, so they say. That is also 8 kilowatts of power. That's the Pro S that I was just riding. We switched bikes. Romney's now on it. We're gonna launch and see how we do here. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that was like a dead launch. Oh, we're close. I'm pulling.
Oh, he's getting ahead of me. Ah!
All right, that was very close. Yeah, I think we launched like at the exact same time. I mean, it was like me and him were just like moving forward from 0 to 30. We were just boom. And then I pulled a little bit, but then we stayed consistent. I only pulled in the middle of the range. Okay, that was good drag race.
This bike makes such an interesting noise. Sounds like it's like a purring alien or something.
All right, let's go put this bike to the test. We've got all the specs figured out, but how does this bike actually feel to ride? We have 32 miles on the clock, so this is not my first time riding it, but let's talk about it. So this is the least expensive model in the Eride Pro lineup. They have 3 models that are more expensive, and they all look very similar to this bike, so they're easy to get confused. But you have the Pro S, which is this one. You have the SS 2.0, the SS 3.0, and then the SR. So all those bikes are more powerful, bigger batteries, but look very similar in the frames and the suspension and stuff. There are differences between them, but for simplicity's sake, they all look very similar, but they just have increasing performance as you go up to the more expensive models. And this Pro S model hasn't really piqued my interest very much because of the price tag. I, for the most part, think there are some other models from other brands that in some ways are better than this for either the same or for less money. And so there is definitely a customer for this bike, and it is a very good model, but I think in some aspects there are other bikes that are better. But where this bike shines is for the type of person that wants more of a name brand bike like an Eride Pro, and you're gonna get decent build quality and stuff like that, whereas some of these other more one-off brands sometimes have a better product in some ways, but maybe they lack in dealer support or customer service or reliability, right? How much a bike's been tried and tested. Where like this bike has actually been out for a long time. It's really tried and tested, and they just did a new 2025 refresh on the bike, so you get a few new features and different changes. And so overall, this is a very well established model, and so it's really not going to steer you wrong. It's not going to let you down, essentially. So for that, this is a great entry-level bike for a lot of you younger riders, for parents if you want to get your kids on a new model. This bike's going to be a little bit less powerful and less intimidating than a lot of the other more expensive models. But that doesn't mean it's slow, right? This bike still goes 50 miles an hour. I weigh nearly 200 pounds, and it still definitely can haul me around. It's got a lot of torque. It does good wheelies, and it's no slouch. Eride Pro's always been known for having very powerful bikes. And we'll have to do a range test on this model to actually see how far it can go in comparison to every other bike that we test. If you guys are new to our channel, we have done 19 different range tests on different e-motos, the same consistent range test, and so we have a vast knowledge of times and distances and speeds that we have tested all these different bikes. And so it's a great way to compare model to model and actually see how they stack up. So stay tuned for that video coming soon. And if you guys are interested in an Eride Pro S, check the link down in the video description where you can purchase one. As always, our reviews are totally unbiased. We always say whatever we want about the bikes because That is what the customer and the viewer needs to know, okay? We don't ever let a company dictate what we say, and we weren't sent this bike out for review. We just got one and are reviewing it. So we didn't get it for free or anything. All right, we're ripping some dirt here. First off, the bike feels nice and light. The suspension feels good. And these dual sport tires I have actually pumped up kind of high right now for the top speed test and the drag races that we've been doing. I might pull over and let a little bit of air out, but so far they are not feeling bad, and the traction is actually eating up these rocks pretty good. Send it off the whoop. Nice, nice. Let's go. This dirt road section is always so rocky and rough, so if a bike can get pushed here and not feel like it's gonna kill you, then the bike is well built and well balanced. Because I can tell you what, some models we ride on here just feel like you're gonna die. They just feel so terrifyingly unbalanced and out of control and everything. This bike feels good. I feel like I can immediately hop on it and just push it. I will say the one thing, the pegs are a little slippery, so they might need an upgrade. And then the handlebar, it does have a rise on it already, but I think a taller riser bar would be better if you're tall like I am. If you're a younger rider, this cockpit and handlebar height probably feels really good. And if you are primarily a dirt rider and you want to buy this bike, you can always just put 16-inch dirt specific tires on here and remove these kind of dual sport. These are a fantastic tire for riding dirt and street, but if you want to do only dirt and that's mostly what you ride, obviously some more knobby tires would be a little bit better.
Well guys, this bike is like stereotypical e-ride. It doesn't feel as good when you're just chilling on the bike and you're riding it slow and you're sitting down, but as soon as you try to push the bike and you start riding hard and fast, the bike gets better and better and better, and you have more and more fun. And to be honest, this bike feels really, really capable for only having the smaller 16-inch wheels and for the amount of power that it has. Like you guys saw, you can haul through the whoops, you can go through the rocky terrain, and I'm really impressed with the dual sport tires. Off camera, we let some air out of them compared to my previous, like when I was talking about how they were pumped up pretty stiff. Now they're way softer and they do have a lot of volume, which just really helps with all the rocky, rooty stuff and even just going over whoops. So Eride Pro S, at the end of the day, I don't think it's for everybody, because like we talked about, in some aspects, I think there are bikes that are better bang for your buck, which means they cost less money and you get similar performance. However, we also talked about that this bike is very tried and tested. It's been out for a long time. Eride Pro has a great reputation. They have good bulletproof bikes, and this one is the same. So you're getting a product from a larger company and you get good dealer support and warranty support and stuff like that. So if you are interested in one, check out the link down in the video description. But as always, it's up for you guys to decide. We're just as honest and unbiased as possible in these reviews. We appreciate you guys watching them. And if you guys haven't subscribed to our channel and you like the videos, go do it right now, because very soon when we hit 50,000 subs, we're gonna give away a brand new e-moto to one of our subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you next video. See ya.